Hello coloring friends. So I did it. I can't believe it myself, but I have completed Sammie's coloring checklist challenge that I started exactly 1 year ago at the end of March of 2020, and now I have completed it. So 54 prompts and 54 illustrations I completed, one illustration for each prompt, and today I want to show you all those pictures. I know some colorists colored a picture and then just ticked what was suitable, which prompt suited from their completed picture, and that way they did this challenge. But I'm not looking for easy ways and I decided to do just one illustration for each prompt. And so I've got 54 illustrations, quite a lot. Some of them are more easy pictures, others are more complicated, a lot of different books. I believe I have only 3 coloring books that I colored several illustrations for this challenge. All the rest are different, and I hope it will be interesting for you to look through the year with me and to see all these pages. And let me start from the first prompt, which was color a page and add an embellishment. Stick and washi tape, stickers, gems. And for this prompt I used Joanna Basford's World of Flowers coloring book, and I did this illustration. On this illustration we had only this circle with flowers. I added these stickers, flower stickers, colored them, and then made these flowers look as stickers too. Actually, if you don't know which one which, you can't say, only if you touch. And I used pastel pencils for the background. Quite glad with the result for this prompt. The next one is color a page with no shading, just straight coloring. This one was rather boring for me, but challenge is challenge, and I had to color something, and I chose a picture from Color the World coloring book and did this simple illustration which depicts beautifully woven kente cloth, Ashanti. For clothes to be colored with no shading, I think it's okay. The next prompt, color a color by number page. Again, that one was rather boring for me, and I have only one color by number coloring book, Creative Haven Mandalas, and I colored this one, and actually I managed to make a mistake somewhere here. Yeah, I think here I messed up with color. The next one, color a page and include a stencil in your page. And for that prompt I used this book, Cats. And what I did here, this page with cats, I imagined it as circus and they're performing, and I used stencils for the background, and did it with metallic gel pens. It was fun. Next one, color page on toned paper. With this one I had some difficulty at first because I couldn't find a toned paper here, and at the end I had to use this bright blue paper because I didn't find any other. And I printed an illustration by Marina Horbachova from Etsy, Paper Fun Designs, and this shape turned not so bad on this blue paper, though it was not that easy to choose colors to color on this color, but I'm quite satisfied with the result. Not absolutely happy, but it's okay. The next one, color a page with a mermaid. I have a lot of illustrations with mermaids, but I chose to start this coloring book, Saga Fire and Water by Chintaka Herat. I had it untouched at that time, and so I decided to color mermaid from here, and here it is, a wounded mermaid in a block of ice. I made up a story in my mind for this illustration, and in the video where I showed this picture I actually told that story. Next prompt, color a page using only pastels, pencils, chalk or oil. I colored this picture by Jade Summer, Norse Mythology. I used pastel pencils from Derwent. It looks rather nice, I think, bright enough, and it was not difficult to use pastel pencils, but still I don't like it because I mean the process, because I create such a mess. All my hands got messy, and on the sheet, even though I use fixative, but still I can see some smudges here and there, and that's really annoying for me. But with this picture I'm quite happy. The next prompt, color a page with homes, interior or building. And for this prompt I colored the page from Jewelry Box by Hannah Carlson, and again this book was untouched at that time, and I decided to start coloring in it and choose these houses picture, but I'm not that happy with the result. I don't know why, maybe something with the color combination. I like the colors on their own. I covered all the black lines. It took quite a lot of time, but at the end, you know, I'm not that happy. Next one, color a double spread page. Of course, I have a lot of double spreads in all my coloring books, but I chose this one, smaller size, Escape to Shakespeare's World by Goodwives and Warriors, and I colored this Ophelia page. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. With this one I'm quite happy because it turned out quite bright, and all that greenery of different shades and bright contrast pink and purple and her red hair. It took a little bit more time than usually but I'm happy with the result. The next one, color a page following a tutorial. Oh, that one was really difficult, hard prompt for me to follow, because I don't like to color following tutorials. But I actually didn't follow a tutorial. I used someone else's illustration and tried to copy it. And I choose an illustration from Magical Jungle by Joanna Basford, and that was an illustration by Patrick Guacamelli from Instagram. I like this picture, how he colored it, and I decided to copy it in a way, though not completely, because of course it's hard to copy someone. He has different parrots. He changed them a little bit. I didn't change anything. Maybe I just added these feathers here, but at the rest I tried to go as close to his illustration as I could, and at the end I'm happy how the picture turned out, but it was not easy for me, no. Not at all. And the next prompt, color a page with a body. I colored with two other girls from these small books, Metamorphosis by Hatchet Heroes, Russian edition, and we all three colored this line. A rather simple illustration. The only twist here is when you turn it upside down, you can see like a face of some other creature. Next, color a page your partner or family member picks. And I've got to color an illustration from Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby Rosanes, and it was this moon page. Don't know what to say about it. It looks nice, that's it. I think I used acrylic painter for the background, and all the rest are pencils. The next one, color a picture based on a book, TV or film. And I colored in illustrations from the Witcher coloring book. There is a book and there is a TV series now. And I colored this blondie, and I'm really happy with this picture, with all the color combinations and how the background turned out behind her. Yeah, looks nice. Next one, color a page picked blindfolded. For that prompt I again used this small book, Metamorphosis, and it was Blue Lion. Where is he? Yeah, this one. Nothing complicated, just fun coloring. Then color a postcard pocket-sized page, and I colored a picture from this very small book, as you can see, palm size. This is a souvenir book from Cambodia, and I colored the picture, which I really like. It was fun. I called it First Time on Mars. It's like in future, someone from Earth traveling to Mars, a tourist, and everything on that planet is in shades of red, so it was fun. Next, coloring page from a book by a female artist. There are a lot of female artists, right? But I chose one from Winged Beauty coloring book. There are 5 illustrators in this book, and I chose Renee Taylor and colored this fairy with poppies. I like how the picture turned out. Beautiful poppies and very light looking fairy, and very light background in light green. Next one, color page from a book by a male artist. I chose this one, Adam Fisher, Gods and Beasts, one of my favorite books, and I colored Forest Goddess for this one. As you can see, I colored 3 pictures for this challenge from this book. Let me find, I think this one. Yes, colored this Forest Goddess. I love coloring this book. I always use markers and pencils. Well, mostly. Maybe sometimes something else, but mostly markers and pencils. Then next one, color a fear. I found a very suitable illustration for this prompt from A Bestiary of Tolkien by Mauro Mazzari and Andrea Piparo, and I colored this picture. Definitely it's a fear, such giant bees, anyone would become scared. And here I used watercolor, which I don't use often, and I think Derwent Inktense for the guy. Next prompt, color something that makes you immensely happy. I love cats, and cats always make me happy. They're always around, and so I decided to color a picture with a cat and chose this one by Christine Caron. A very humorous illustration, and now I have kittens, though they're almost grown up now, but when they were smaller, that's what happened quite a lot. When I was in the bathroom, they tend to climb me. The next prompt, color a page with food. To be honest, I don't like coloring food, but I found quite a fun illustration by Charlotte Doe. I call it Spaghetti Lady. It is food, right, but it was not that boring because it's humorous, it's unusual. Spaghetti as a hairdress, so I enjoyed this one. And then next prompt, color a wild animal. For this prompt I choose a picture from Nature Spaces by Patricia Wynne, and I colored the cover picture, giraffes, here they are, and I used Derwent Inktense for this picture. Nothing special, but it looks nice. I like how the giraffes turn out, their skin tone, nice. The next prompt was easy, color a page with 5 color only, and the easiest way to do this prompt is to color a mandala, which I did from this book, The Mindfulness, and I colored from this book also. I did 3 prompts, I did 3 illustrations for 3 prompts. Yeah, this one for this prompt, a mandala colored with 5 colors. The next prompt, color these elements, earth. And for earth element I colored this picture by Lenka Filonenko, Enigma. And of course there is earth on this picture. There is some symbolism as well. I like how the earth actually turned out. Everything done with pencils. Then the next element was water, and I colored this one. It's by Sherry Lafont, Winsome Allure coloring book from Etsy. And this girl, Aquarius I believe, or maybe some fairy, but interesting illustration. And I like how it turned out, quite bright, contrasting colors. The next element was fire, and for fire I colored this picture by Mona Gates, Phoenix. Love how the fire turned out, and her hair. And the last element was space or galaxy. And for galaxy I colored a picture from the Star Rain coloring book by Polina Gustkova. I call this one Galaxy Girl. So there we can see galaxy. This one was not one of my favorite illustrations in this book. I don't know, I don't like her face or something. But the galaxy, I like how it turned out. Rather good, I think. I did it with Durant Intense, I think. Maybe not. I don't remember actually. Maybe with Prismas. Never mind. Then the next prompt, color a mythical creature. I have a lot of mythical creatures in my coloring books, but I chose one from Gods and Beasts coloring book, and I colored this green guy, Water Demon. The next one, color a pattern page. For this one, for this easy prompt, I colored again from this book, the Mindfulness coloring book, and I colored flowers pattern. Yeah, here it is. Nothing to say. Done with markers. Then next, color something that reminds you of your childhood. I mentioned it before when I was thinking about this prompt and thinking about my childhood, and I thought that I really liked Arabian fairy tales in my childhood, to read those stories and to watch Aladdin, Disney series, anime series. And so I decided to color something with Aladdin, and I found this illustration by Menzi Manzano, Aladdin and Jasmine. It was fun, again nothing difficult, just relaxing, enjoyable coloring. The next, color a page from one of your first 5 coloring books that got you into the hobby. And that was this book, one of my first coloring books, Relax and Focus Coloring. At the time I colored really simple illustrations, like patterns. Do in these books, in this book you can find not only patterns but something different, and so for this prompt I colored this simple illustration done with a Staedtler 3+ markers. So the next prompt, color a culture. To complete this prompt I chose this little coloring book, Festivals of Nepal. I really love this book, very fun illustrations, and I did this one. This is Brother Sister Festival of Nepal, and I did this small picture. It was fun. Next one, just a second, color a new to you artist. At the time I got this illustration as a gift from Catherine Schatz, illustrator from Etsy, and I decided to color this picture from her book Mirror Mirror. I really enjoyed this one. I like the idea, like this office girl, modern, but the mirror shows her real, her inner soul, what she really wishes. I like how the tiger looks, and this red-haired girl. Everything done with pencils. I really enjoyed this part coloring. This one was like, okay, I have to finish this one. But the tiger part was really fun. So next, color a page from your favorite book. I have many favorite coloring books. I can't decide only on one, so I had quite a choice. And at the end I decided to color from this one, Myth and Magic by Kinuko Wycraft, because this one of my favorite books, definitely. I have quite a lot of illustrations finished in this one. And for this prompt I colored this page. It was not long time ago. I spent a lot of time on this picture because of a big amount of small details, but I really love how the picture looks at the end. Love the colors, love the atmosphere. Yeah. So next one, color a page from an abandoned book. To be honest, I have a lot of coloring books that I haven't colored in for a long time, and from those books I chose this one. I decided to color again in Serena by Mardel Rubio. I really love this book, and I have a few completed coloring pages in this one. But again, you can't color mermaids all the time, you get bored, right? But after some break you really enjoy to come back to this book. and I did this illustration, and actually I did it recently in March. This mermaid, I like her skin tone. I decided to make her look different, you know, a greenish with a yellow chartreuse highlights, and all these flowers, jellyfish. Yeah, I'm glad how it looks in the end. At first I wanted to use markers only on this page, but then I have not enough colors, so I had to use color pencils as well, and the background I did with Derwent Inktense. So the next prompt is color a household pet, and again I colored in this book Gods and Beasts, and this time I colored a cat, this one. I wanted to color something simple and quick for this prompt, and so this cat came out. And here I used only markers, no shading with pencils. Next one, color an unusual skin tone. I do this quite a lot actually. I like unusual hair colors and skin colors. Just in the previous illustration you could see that mermaid with unusual skin tone, but as I was doing separate illustration for each prompt, so there is another picture with a guy with unusual skin color. This is by Christine McAllister, Serenaya, and this slightly greenish guy, not that bright as that mermaid, not that bright green, but greenish. Love this book, very lovely illustrations. So the next one, color a page upside down. I'm not sure, maybe this prompt meant to take an original page and just turn it upside down and color it like this, but to be honest, I didn't want to do something like that, and instead I chose an illustration where you can see someone upside down, and this is by Lenka Filonenko, The Art of Tarot coloring book, and this is the Hanged Woman. So I think that will do for this prompt. Nothing complicated, again, easy coloring. I love the color combo, very bright, very contrasty, and used markers and pencils here. This one I colored in March too. So the next prompt, color a page using only one color. And again I used this book for this prompt, the mindfulness, and it was my winter mandala in shades of blue. Of course it's not like one color, but different shades of one color. Next one, color a page with bugs, and for this prompt I chose more interesting illustration than just coloring bugs, you know, on their own. And I found this portrait girl. This is by Ver Barrios from Etsy, and as you can see there are bugs and butterflies on this picture, and it was more fun to color bugs like this. I like the butterflies, how they look, and bugs also not so bad. I call her Lady Summer. So next prompt, color a page by an artist beginning with the letter M. I don't know how many artists start with this letter M, but I chose Lulu Mayu, Million Cats, but I colored quite a simple illustration. At the time I was not in mood for coloring, I don't know, something else, and just did this relaxing page with these are not patterns but kind of, you know. I colored it before New Year, I think, so it reminded me of Christmas tree decorations, and I colored them in that style. So the next one, color a page you divide down the middle into two. Color both sides differently, one being in grayscale, the other in color. Oh, I didn't want to do this prompt, to be honest, because I don't know, if you just take any illustration and color it that way, it looks kind of stupid, I don't know, at least to me. But luckily I found this illustration, again by Shella Doe, this card, and it was written Hope here, and I thought it's perfect for this prompt, because I don't have to divide it, right? It's already divided. And then I colored this part in grayscale, and I did it no hope, and this part with hope I did it in color, and so now the picture makes sense, and this style of coloring also makes sense, and so I'm happy. So the next one, color a page with minimum of with minimum of 2 people on the page. I do color people quite often, so no problem for me, but for this prompt I decided to color a picture from this new at the time book. I just got it at the time, Mythos by Patrick Alvarez, and I completed this page. One is large size goddess, a protector of fishermen, and small sized fishermen. But they count as people, right? Though they are small, but still. Very interesting book, very beautiful illustrations for those who like mythology theme. This book is dedicated to Filipino mythology. Highly recommend. So the next one, color a page this book belongs to. To be honest, I never colored this page in any books. I just leave it like that. I don't know why. I don't feel like excited about coloring this page, but I did it in this book, Moon Blossoms by Catherine Palon. It's one of my new coloring books, and this page this book belongs to looks like a complete illustration, so it was fun. Not, you know, like some details, some small elements for this page, but as a complete illustration, so it was fun to color it. Really enjoyed it. Done everything with color pencils, polychromas, and I like how it looks. Then next one, color a page with text on. I found this picture by Shallow Dough again. Peace, love, never go out of style. Again, relaxing coloring, nothing special, but just for fun. Next one. Color page with water media only. Oof. For this prompt, I decided to color a printed illustration from Mascara coloring book by Mar del Rubio. I got this new paper, which called mixed media paper, and I wanted to try how it works with Inktense. For the start, I decided to color with Durant Inktense because I'm not that good with watercolors, but Inktense was okay. And so how this picture turned out. I'm not quite happy with the paper. For Inktense, it's not that good. I had to put 2 layers because it looks patchy with 1 layer only, so I think it's not good for Inktense, and I doubt that it will be good for watercolor as well. So as I was supposed to color everything with water media only, so I had to color her face and skin with watercolor pencils, Derwent, because Inktense, they don't have skin colors, so I use watercolors. Of course, with ordinary pencils I would have done face better than with watercolor, but not so bad. And I think it looks quite nice, this picture. So the next prompt: color a page from the last book you purchased. And at the time it was this book, Moon Blossoms again, and the first picture I colored here was Apsara Dancer. Where is here she is. So that was this picture first in this book and for that prompt. So the next one: color a heavily grayscale page. That was hard task for me because I have never colored dark grayscale, and actually I didn't have any book with dark grayscale, but just in March I got this Coloring Heaven issue, Gothic Alchemy special, and here we have really dark grayscale. So I had something to choose for this prompt. I chose not the darkest page, maybe the easiest in this book, and this one not one of my favorite pages in this book, so I decided to start from this page in case if I mess something up I would not feel that sorry. And that's what I've got. I'm not quite happy. I need to practice more with coloring dark grayscale. Here I use Prismas and then I use Polychromos, and I think Polychromos cover this grayscale better than Prismas. Then there was nothing here, and so I thought like it looks I didn't like the composition, you know, like all the picture up and here we have blank space, and so I decided to add this writing here. It's in Latin and says Militat omnes amans, which means in love as in war, something like this. I thought this writing would suit the picture because she's wearing this armory on her head and she's a girl and there is rose, symbol of love. So I think this writing would be good here, and I wrote it in medieval style. Had to Google it and then to copy. and now I'm quite satisfied. Not absolutely happy, but it looks quite fine. So the next prompt: color a coloring book, magazine cover. I have to say this one was the most not favorite prompt from all 54. I really didn't want to color it, and even at one moment I thought about not doing it, but at the end it's a challenge. So then I found I just didn't want to color a cover. Like in Coloring Heavens, they have some illustrations on the cover, but then those illustrations are repeated inside the book, and I don't want to color the same illustration 2 times. But luckily I found this book, and I checked, and there is no such illustration inside the book, so I was okay, I will do this one. And this is Messages from Nature by Kanika Jane Gupta. As you can see, I didn't color it completely, but I wanted this effect, like half colored, half not, and looks nice. And so my mood not spoiled, because I had to color a cover, yeah, that's fine now. Use markers here because it's very smooth. So the next prompt: color a bouquet background. I have colored bouquet backgrounds before several times, but I had to color for this prompt a separate illustration, and I chose this one. This is by Ligustaiva Art from Etsy, but I have to say it doesn't look like bouquet background much. Because again it was some different paper, and when I wanted to do background lighter, it looks terrible. Really, no blender, no what you call that, blending oil, nothing worked with it, and it looked terrible. So I had to cover the background with marker at the end to make it look more or less looking fine. And after that, all my bouquet became too pale on that background, and so I had to make it darker. Besides this, it was like grayscale already. Maybe on my own I would have done it a little bit differently, but as I had these grayscale elements, so I had to follow them, and at the end we've got what we've got. Not too much a bouquet background, but okay. All the rest I do like. Her dress is done with glitter markers, but it's not noticeable in this light, unfortunately. This is Party Girl, and again it's like winter illustration, but I colored it in March. So the next prompt: color a page of blooms flowers. And for this I colored this one by Vishan Ong, Blossoming Maiden. A lot of blossoming flowers here. The next prompt, we are coming to the end finally. Color fashion clothing. I did an illustration from The Princess coloring book by Anne Kronheimer. Again, easy, relaxing coloring. closet, princess's closet with a lot of bright beautiful dresses here, and we have a mouse here and a cat there. So the next one, color a page representing a season. I colored it in winter, so I decided to color a wintry page, and I chose this one by Mark Coyle, Animal Portraits, and colored this Santa bear. It was fun coloring, very easy, and I really like how this bear looks. So the next prompt, color a page from one of your largest sized books. And the largest size book that I have is this one, the Book of Beasts. And I colored the last page in it, Phoenix. Used Arteza brush pens here, and Derwent ink pens and watercolor pencils, I think. Actually, this one would go for water media only prompt. And finally, the last prompt, color a set of wings, bugs, butterflies, fairies. And I colored a page by Shallow Dough again, and again it turned out wintry page, and I colored it in March, but I don't know, I'm still feeling wintry vibes. I call it Waiting in the Snow, like this fairy going to a Christmas party. She's dressed in 60s style a little bit. She has sparkly wings. Nothing special, but it was fun, and I like how the picture turned out at the end. And that was all. Very long video, of course, the whole year of my works. I thank you all who watched this video till the end, who supported me during this year. And that's all for today. Thank you, and see you later. Bye.